fresh to death, I'm Paul Berry, not at all scary. When I open like Fetty Wops, they find to these circles that's going in like a carry shot. Woo! I'm going in like a Mary Pop off that Mary Crop at the top flow at the Marriott. So questioning me is like questioning you. See, we the best dressed, so come and get blessed with the crew. Not one but two, different ways to slaughter your crew. Committed tat across the chest, I guess she blessed with the truth. People want to see them checks, representation of proof. Living through my elders, trying to resonate to the youth. But ain't nothing to get my flash on. Longevity is heavily embedded in my melanin. Layman terms, I last long. My grind repetitive, I'm smoother than real silk. Lyrical cash cow who can't cry over spilled milk. We in here. You're talking to the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kiss stealing, willing dealing, limo jet flying. We Rick flaring on us, flaring on us. We Rick flaring on us. You talking to the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kiss stealing, willing dealing, limo jet flying. We Rick flaring on us, flaring on us. We Rick flaring on us, flaring on us. This ain't no normal situation, this preparation with greatness. Industry full of fakeness, it's really up for the taking. See, life is what happened to you, more so how you take it. Don't get stripped of your knowledge and mentally leave you naked. I like to live otherwise. I'm sorry that I'm fresh to death. I put the polo and apologize. See, Black Sun, we ain't nothing like them other guys. Quit to socialize, we organize, then we mobilize. Off the deep end like a scuba diver. And no confusion, just keep it pushing like Uber drivers. Woo! Business fresh just like a supervisor in a Gucci visor. Can't find a smoother rhymer. You're talking to the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kiss stealing, willing dealing, limo jet flying. We Rick flaring on us, flaring on us. We Rick flaring on us. You talking to the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kiss stealing, willing dealing, limo jet flying. We Rick flaring on us, flaring on us. We Rick flaring on us, flaring on us.
Yeah, DQ baby. Shout out that boy Nigga for that fire track. Hey, Black Sun, sun up. What's up, Vinny Vegas? What in Vegas? Yeah. Shout out Pharaoh's Kids, D-Phase, yeah, Bubba C, yeah, Rick flaring on them, Rick flaring on them, Rick flaring on them, Rick flaring, sun up, baby.
Hey, yo, Scotty, you going crazy for this one. We see what you're doing, we salute you. Hey, let's get it started. It's Backpack Capital One. What's in your wallet? Got a call from my man A. Scott. I said I got it. Love that you highlighting all of these black colleges. Try to pay me for doing this. Look, bruh, if you don't get off my line with that foolishness, voice of the swag, pull up where you at. No cap if the Brody is speaking the soft facts. My advice, tune in to every show. Captain Petty, but we know that the sergeants are with the smoke. Speculate, just tell me what is we doing. Get into it, okay, look, I'ma say this and keep it moving. My boy Scotty, man, he offered the least. Black grad, paying college, I'm glad that he called me. Walk it, cause we all been taught that talk is cheap. Even primetime knows Scott for the HBCU streets.
What's going on, everybody?
Oh, goddamn.
I said, what's going on, everybody? Happy Friday. You know, before I get this thing started, let's get it cracking.
Yo, Jordan M, this right here is crazy. I feel big, you know what I mean? Like not big in the sense of weight, you know what I mean? Like gaining weight up, nothing like that, like colossal, like, you know what I mean? Like, I heard you were looking for me.
Hey, Mr. Carter.
Hello.
Tell me, where have you been?
You know.
I heard you was looking for me. I heard they were looking for me. Because, you know, and it's crazy. What we should be talking about right now is the new Kendrick album. That's what we should be talking about right now. But can we talk for a minute? What? What, Tevin? I just need to talk for a minute. Can we talk for a minute? Can we talk for a minute? But hey,
sometimes you gotta pop out and show niggas. Certified boogeyman, I'm the one that up to score with them.
Sometimes you gotta pop out and show niggas who the real boogie. A lot of people say a lot of things about me. A lot of people say a lot of things about me, but what you can never say is the boy's a liar. What you can never say is the boy's a liar.
Sometimes you gotta pop out and show niggas. Certified boogeyman, I'm the one that up to score with them.
Who? Hey, listen. I knew this was coming down the pipeline, right? I knew this was coming down the pipeline, so I had to get the fresh cut. I didn't want y'all checking for me, and I wasn't looking right. I had to go get the fresh cut this morning. You know what I'm saying? Now let's get into the dates. Now, first of all, let me say this. Let me say this. I just want y'all to understand. A lot of you Bammers, y'all get your content off me. And one person that did a recap of my rumor, he's my guy, so I'm not going. You know you're my guy. Happy birthday. You a Scorpio. You know who I'm talking to. I saw your video. Right? And it's another Bama out there who's a Ohio State fan. I saw your video too. And this is my issue. If you gonna do a show, listen, at least give me half of what you're doing your show about, because the only reason you got it, the only reason you're doing the content is because I did the show first. And then you gonna do a show, oh, there's rumors swirling. Who else is talking about it other than me, other than moi? I give half y'all niggas content if we being a buck. So what's really crazy is once I leave, what does that look like? I was going to clip y'all up and put y'all on Front Street. But then God hit my spirit and say, why give y'all the attention? Why even? Because there's some people on my channel that don't even know who y'all are. And I'm going to keep it that way. But one of them is my guy. He's my guy. I ain't going to lie. He's my guy. But, you know, listen, anybody can get it. It's the only reason why I'm not saying your name. But let's be very clear about this thing. It's just funny to me. I'm going to just... Can we talk for a minute? Because what I'm going to need from all the peanut gallery is I'm going to need that apology to be just as loud as the disrespect. I'm going to need the apology to be just as loud as the disrespect. Because let me tell you something. It's real funny how when it comes to Ohio State, the narrative starts switching. The arguments stop flipping-flopping. All right? A lot of Ohio State alums and fans, they go from being girls to boys, and now they she-rolls and they trans, and the argument gets all flippity-flop. They got them trans arguments. They don't know what they are. They don't know what their pronouns are. Right? So my issue is this. This is my issue. Is that first, when it first came out, when I first dropped the news and I said, word on the street is that a former UAPB player gave JSU their playbook access and they used it for the game. This is the exact slide that I used. Right? The narrative at that time was, it's a lie. That didn't happen. There's this, there's that. No, never occurred. Blase, blah, blase, blah. Now, all of a sudden, it's, why do we need the playbook? Don't blame us. Blame the player who gave it to us. Why are we involved in it? If anybody should get investigated, it should be the UAPB player. Oh my God, what? It's all the flippity flop of the argument is crazy to me. And I'm going to say this again. Nobody was willing to step on this landmine but me, myself, and I would do it every time. I don't give a damn if it was Southern, Fam, Grambling. I just have a personal gratification when it's Paho State.
Sometimes you gotta pop out and show niggas. Certified boogeyman, I'm the one that up to score with them.
So, hey, sometimes you just get that warm and fuzzy. That's how I feel when it's about Paho State. I say, yeah, you know, I'm a reporter on everybody, but it just feels that much better when it's Paho State.
Sometimes you gotta pop out and show niggas. Certified boogeyman, I'm the one that up to score with them.
Woo! Walk it out. I think I got some hoes in. Right? And I know a lot of y'all out there feel the same way too. I'm not the only one. I'm not the only one. But people don't like the truth. Oh, they don't like the truth. It's something about that T word that they just can't, they can't grasp. They can't taste it. It's like a bittersweet, okay? Bittersweet. So that happens, right? And I'm just getting called all. I'm showing. This is what y'all remember. Y'all remember? It's the exact slide. Y'all don't remember? Y'all remember?
Oh, goddamn.
It's the exact slide. Y'all don't remember this? Y'all remember Word on the Street? And I was just all type of stuff. But then, when the white man says it, oh my God. Oh my good heavens. When the white man says it. When the white man reports it. When it gets to that 4-letter network. Cause I'm a nobody. I'm a little old nobody. But when the white man does it, when it gets on that ESPN ticker, when they hit you with that breaking news, when their first name is Jim or Jonathan or Aaron, it's okay then. It's a little bit more to grasp then. When they're Caleb, Colin, Christopher, it's okay then. You can, but hey, when the white man reported, Bama's making statements now. Bama's making statements now. Oh no, there ain't nobody says shit about no statement. Okay, let me ask y'all this. If ESPN never comes out with their article, does Paho State make a statement? Because reading the article, they asked for a comment in the article says no comment. But all of a sudden, the article gets dropped. Bama's can pick up the phone and answer now. Bama's got comments. It's funny to me. The investigation been going on. Nobody wanted to make a statement in. Nobody wanted to make a statement in when the investigation going on. The SWAC didn't even want to make a statement. I told you what was coming down the pipe. If this ESPN article does not come out, nope. Does the SWAC ever bring up that they're doing an investigation on Paho State? I'm asking the people in the back. Does Andrews, Carrot Eden Roberts ever come out with a statement saying there is a current investigation? Because once again, listen, my mama used to tell me.
Well, I woke up to go get me a cold pop. Then I thought somebody was barbecuing. I said, oh, Lord Jesus, it's a fire.
Oh, Lord Jesus, it's a fire. My mama told me where there's smoke, there's fire. Explain to me this. If they don't feel like anything happened, why would there be an investigation? Because I told you, because everybody said, Scotty, you don't report this. You don't report this. Why would you report this? There's no, you have no journalistic integrity. You're not a real reporter. And I say, don't Diddy got allegations right now? Don't Diddy got allegations right now? You report allegations. That is how it works. You just not used to it because Fox News doesn't do any real investigative journalism. So you're not used to it. You're not used to somebody telling you, hey, there is an allegation that has been brought down on an institution that this might or might not have occurred. That is called reporting. And again, a lot of you have a hard time understanding it because in this HBCU media space, everybody buddy. Everybody dick riding for the next person. HBCU game day, dick riding for the SWAC. The SWAC, dick riding for HBCU game day. There is no investigative journalism. There is no what is going on behind the scenes. Why has this not occurred? Where is the statement? I ask of you, how am I the only person that has heard of this? Why was I the only person to report of the allegation? Because that is how reporting happens. You report allegations. You just cannot confirm said allegations. That is why they say it's called an allegation. An allegation. That is what happens with allegations. You are innocent until proven guilty, but that does not take away the allegation. I was reporting the allegation. I did not say Ohio State had cheated. I just said there is an allegation that is coming down the pipeline that says they might have cheated. And I was giving y'all the heads up. But no, I'm besmirching Ohio State. I'm besmirching this. Oh, why would you report? What? That is what journalism is. There's no favoritism in journalism. Does it tickle my fancy that it's Ohio State? Absolutely. I'm not going to get up here and lie to you. But was I not the same one? FAMU, 237? Was I not the same one? South Carolina State? I told you that they had some NCAA violations coming. Nobody wanted to believe me then. I got Mike talking about something. Oh, I hope we get the Celebration Bowl trophy. He didn't say, oh, Scotty, that's a lie. Oh, Scotty, don't be saying that about us. He didn't say that. He was begging to get the trophy. And a lot of you Ohio State fans were begging to get the trophy. Oh, I hope they give us a Celebration Bowl. Oh, we need that money. What happened? South Carolina State got the violation. South Carolina State got fined, just like I said they would. Funny to me. It's no problem then. Ain't everybody cool with it then? But when it comes to Ohio State,
Sometimes you gotta pop out and show niggas certified boogeyman.
it's cool. I told you before I go, I was gonna get you. I was gonna get you before I go. Oh, you was gonna get got. Okay, like don't act like you weren't gonna get got. You was gonna get got before I get up out of here. Too easy. But again, can I say it for the people in the back? But when the white man does it, it look a little different. It hit a little different. It sting a little different. When that four-letter network, when you get put on that four-letter network, it look a little different. It get hit a little different. When that white man talk about you. Ooh. Now let me help people out, right? I saw this on Twitter, and I thought this was the perfect summary, right? Because a lot of people, what I've realized about a lot of Ohio State fans is their brains are warped in a matter of, like, you can catch them cheating. They're the person that you can catch them cheating, like Norbit, right? Perfect example, right? Ohio State fans are like that movie Norbit, when Norbit catches Marlon Wayne sleeping with Rasputia, and they be like, "Why are you looking at me?" Like that's Paho State fans, right? Somehow, some way, it's going to get turned around on the person that's doing. You be like, whoa! You were cheating. You laid in bed with the other person. You didn't see nothing. Nothing happened. Don't talk to me. Like, you be like, whoa. Wait a minute. You was the one cheating. You cheated. I didn't cheat. You cheated. You didn't see nothing. Nothing happened. Forget about it. Just forget about it. That is what Paho State fans are. As soon as they get caught in a situation, you didn't see nothing. Nothing happened. You be like, I walked in on you sleeping with nothing happened. You didn't see shit. Just drop it. You be like, wow, this is what we on? This is what we on. Okay, this is what we on. All right, too easy. Now, so let me help you out. Because maybe if you get some logic, it'll change your mindset, right? Shout out to Country Club. He says, I think you're missing the point, which most Paho State fans are. If I were to carelessly misplace my keys to my house and you so happen to come across them and you know they are my keys, doesn't it give you the right? It does not give you the right to enter and browse my home. That's what's being investigated. God damn, how dumb can Paho State fans be? I do not care that you stumbled upon the keys. I do not care that you knew who the keys were. Once you walked into my house without permission, that is a violation. It does not matter. Whatever else you're talking about, it does not matter. I don't care who conspired. I don't care if I deliberately dropped it does not matter. And that is what you guys are having a hard fucking time understanding. Get it through your Paho ass heads that it does not matter how you came across it. The fact that your team had no integrity to call up to UAPB and say, hey, listen, we got some kids over here that got access to your stuff. Hey, you might want to shut your stuff down. You might want to shut your stuff down. That is integrity that your team did not have. So I don't give a damn if it was one person who watched it. I don't give a damn if it was two people that watched it. All I'm going to tell you is this. If it happened, you have to take accountability for it. And you're just mad at the fact that you got caught. And I'm hearing all the excuses. Why would we have to do it against UAPB? Why would you have to go walk into somebody's house that's poor? You knew you couldn't take nothing out that house. Didn't stop you from going in it. And my wife said something very profound as she always does. She said, babe, it doesn't matter how good of a spades player you are or Uno player you are. She said, you still, if you had the opportunity to see your opponent's hand, are you not going to look? I said, damn, babe, you good. I said, damn, babe, that hit. Because I damn sure go and look. I'm a pretty good spades player, my damn self. But if I have the opportunity to see what you got in your hand, I'm taking every opportunity. If I'm playing my son, who is 9 in Uno, and he drop his hand, best believe I'm looking over. Oh, he got to draw 4. Best believe. That is the premise of what it is. It is not how it was used. Get that out your mind. It's not how it was used. It's not that if you use it, if you didn't use it, it don't matter about none of that. All that matters is, did you log in and did you see it? Now, God dropped this on my spirit because a lot of Bama said, "Oh, you know how Paho State fans, they get the flippity floppity in their mind." So the person said, it logged in Clinton, Mississippi. And you know how Paho State fans are. We're not near. Who's from Clinton, Mississippi? Why would, and then it hit me. You could have logged in Clinton, Mississippi, because I'm assuming the person who logged into it understood the IP addresses and how it works. So what you could have done, you could have logged into it. You could have screen recorded everything you wanted, brought it out, and brought the screen recording to the team meeting and watched the practices. That's how it could have been done. I'm not saying that's how it did it, but I'm saying to you that is a possibility because one, I can give you on a good authority. When Dion was at Jackson, listen to me very carefully. When Dion was at Jackson and I got the login from a player's huddle, I actually screen recorded the huddle from my computer and downloaded it into my computer so I could break the film down myself. So I know it's possible. I know it's Mississippi, Clinton. It don't give a damn. It don't matter where in Mississippi. It was in Mississippi. Right? So at the end of the day, the possibilities are there. And again, I don't give a damn if it was one person. Cheating is cheating. There is no forgetting it. Now, all of a sudden, now Powell State fans, they energy changing. It's not that it's not true. It's not that it didn't happen. Oh, it's not our fault. Oh, that it's not our fault. Oh, I didn't do this. I didn't do. Oh, it's not our fault. It's the UAP Bleeds players' fault. It's the program of UAPB. It's their problem. Why didn't they control their players? Huh? What logic is that? It doesn't matter if I drop $100. Is it yours? No. So why'd you pick it up? I mean, I just saw it and I didn't see. But you knew who it came from, right? You knew it wasn't yours, right? Yes. Sound like my daughter. Sound like my daughter right now. But let's get a little further. Who's to blame? Oh, it's a lot to go around. Oh, it's a lot to go around. Let me start passing out some of this blame pie. Let me cut it up. Now, first off, in this who to blame, it gotta be your local SWAC administration. It gotta be your local SWAC administration. Jester 1 and Jester 2. Got to be. If you were doing an investigation, would you have said anything to be transparent? I'm just asking for a friend. If you were doing a said investigation, because mind you, I want to be clear, they only made the statement once ESPN, read the article. They only made the statement once ESPN reached out to them and said, hey, is there currently an investigation going on? Andrew Carey Eaton Roberts said, yes, there is. Confirmation. Now, my question is, again, what are you investigating with no evidence? Or at least, again, if there's smoke, there's fire.
Well, I woke up to go get me a cold pop. Then I thought somebody was barbecuing. I said, oh, Lord Jesus, it's a fire.
That's how Powell State fans woke up this morning.
Well, I woke up to go get me a cold pop. Then I thought somebody was barbecuing. I said, oh, Lord Jesus, it's a fire.
Boy, you talking, the mentions was going crazy. The retweets, my phone blowing up. Scotty, have you seen? Scotty, have you seen? Have you heard? Now, what's funny to me is how I get dragged into it. I'm not quoted in the article. People talking like this is a senior reporter at ESPN. You think this Bama is going to put his job on the line because I told him that it was an investigation? Explain that. You don't think the senior reporter at ESPN did not go do his own research and investigation? What? Huh? What are we talking about? So how I'm looking in SWAT groups, people calling me, oh, he a sucker. How am I a sucker? I didn't write the article. I didn't write the article. And y'all still blaming me. Oh, Scott, he said verbatim to what Scotty said. Listen, the reporter reached out to me, said he saw the video, and he did some investigation. And he's going to write an article about it once the investigation is over. That's how I knew it was coming. That's how I knew it was coming. He reached out. He said, hey, Scotty, saw your video. Is there any truth to this? I said, I believe so. I've got numerous sources. I said, you got to check for yourself. He said, okay, cool. And he did his investigation. You think a senior reporter at ESPN is going to listen to a black man just because I just want to, I want to see the downfall of Ohio State. Now, I do want to see the downfall. I kind of do. But I'm just saying, do you think he just put his job on the line for me? For me. Come on, man. Y'all got to be smarter than that. Y'all got to be smarter than that, man. That's all I'm saying. Y'all got to be smarter than that. N.O. Joe. Oh, yeah, N.O. Oh, yeah, N.O. What's good, N.O. Joe?
All right, today you're not my friend, Scotty, because you don't put my tiger all over ESPN, all over the news. Today we're not friends.
N.O., you said it though.
But,
you said, Scotty.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
I knew. I was just hoping you would be wrong twice. But I guess I was wrong. But I want to know what's the fine? Can I make it do the time?
Listen.
If we're gonna get penalized, we're gonna lose some games, or we still gonna be able to keep going down the track that we're going right now.
I'm gonna get to it. Let me finish my show. I'm gonna get to it. Trust me. Call back in when call back in. I'm gonna get to all of it. I'm gonna give y'all all the tea.
You're teasing me.
I'm gonna give you all the tea. I got you,
Right.
Listen, I'm gonna give y'all all the tea. Oh, I'm gonna give y'all all the info. See, I actually been holding on to some bullets in my gun. I ain't shoot them all out yet. Oh, it's more to this. It's more. It's more. But wait, there's more. I'm telling you. Oh, I got it. Y'all, this me, guys. Y'all gonna miss me. Y'all gonna miss me. Oh, y'all gonna miss me. Y'all gonna miss me when I'm gone. Y'all gonna miss me when I'm gone. It's okay now.
It took me way back. Back down memory lane.
Let me get through this show. All right. Listen. Word on the street is that the commissioner was telling UAPB not to report it. I kept telling y'all that. I kept telling you because everybody was like, because y'all remember the state. Oh, Scotty, why hasn't UAPB made a statement? Why hasn't UAPB made a statement? I said the SWAC is telling them not to make a statement. Do you not understand Dr. McNugget is from Jackson, Mississippi? Do you not understand Dr. McNugget is from, I say again, Jackson? Is this mic on? He's from Jackson, Mississippi. Guys, look at the timeline. If UAPB reported it the Thursday before the game, why is the SWAC only now making a comment about the investigation? Y'all gotta be smarter than the average bear. Stay with me. Stay with me. Please stay with me. No mention, no comment, no dealings, no public statement. Come on, man. Like, what else I gotta say? Let's continue on. Oh, who else to blame? Oh, you got to blame Coach Hampton and the AD because they let the SWAC bully them. How you let your commissioner bully you into not speaking up? Once again, it's an allegation. The allegation can be made. The allegation can be stated. Hey, listen, I think that they cheated. We saw this. They did this. We saw this. We got proof of this. We don't know what to the extent of what they cheated, but we believe they cheated. If UAPB came out and made a statement and say, hey, yeah, we have suspicions of belief that Ohio State has been in our stuff and logged into our account, that is an allegation that should have been made, should have been stated. But yet and still, the SWAC office bullied the UAPB from making a statement. And I'll tell you one thing, a lot of people on staff at UAPB were scared to make a statement. I'm going to just leave that one right there. A lot of people on the UAPB staff was scared to make a statement. Again, I'm trying to tell you. Now, I know y'all been seeing this running around. I know y'all been seeing it. It's funny. Again, it's funny when the white people say something, what them black people, what them black folks go do. You see what Blake said? You see what Blake said? That's how they retweeting it in all the groups. You see what Blake said? Blake said. Now, let's go back to what Blake said. Jackson State's statement about the ESPN.com article. We are aware of the allegations brought to the attention of the conference. After working with the conference office, having full transparency into our program, no violations were found and the matter was closed. Now, my question is, why didn't you say that in the article? Why didn't you say that in the article? When Kyle reached out to you for a statement, left voicemails, calls, texts, you didn't make that statement then. Why you make that statement now? Okay, that's cool. Oh, another white man. Another white man. Jackson State issued a statement after the story was published, saying the investigation is closed. That is incorrect. Per a SWAC spokesman, not Scotty, not OffScript, a SWAC spokesperson, just now, the SWAC was on path to closing the investigation, but after receiving more information, the investigation was not closed. So again, I say again, it's getting a little. Now, let's get into some extra tea, shall we? Because I want to be very clear. If I do not care until, listen, I don't even believe this SWAC. If I'm gonna just keep it a buck with you. There's nothing the SWAC can tell me. Until the NCAA does an investigation on Ohio State, there's nothing the SWAC can tell me. It's hard to say that because I'll be lying and say if they found things against Jackson that I would believe it. If they found no wrongdoings against Ohio State, I wouldn't believe it. So it's kind of a catch-22 on that one. Like I would believe the negative, but I wouldn't believe the positive. I'm just keeping it a buck with you. I would only believe what the NCAA found because why? There's no bias, right? There's no bias in it. So if I look at it like this, if you don't find anything wrong, my mind is going to go to you're from Jackson, the commissioner's from Jackson, Mississippi. Like, why would he not want to protect Jackson State, right? And then if they do find something wrong, I'll be like, congratulations, there was something wrong, right? But for me, I think you have to have the NCAA do the investigation, and that might take 3 to 6 months. But I just feel like that's something you have to do just to eliminate the bias. That's just me personally. Now, it's funny to me. Because you're going to listen, guys, I want to be very clear. You're going to hear all week that they ain't do it. But if I recall, there was a sad white man up in Michigan, Ann Arbor to be exact, who said the exact same thing. We innocent. We didn't do it. He was championing this the whole 2023 season. And what happened? What happened? What happened? See how that works? So I want to be, so what I'm saying to you guys is this. I don't want you guys to think that just because Ohio State is saying that they didn't do nothing wrong, that they didn't do. Who admits to getting caught? As a kid, a lot of y'all as kids never admit to getting caught. You get caught red-handed. That wasn't me. I didn't do that. My daughter does that right now. I can literally see her take something. I'll be like, did you take that? No, sir. Eris, I just saw you. I didn't take that. That wasn't me. So it's just a natural response. So I don't want people to think that the people who are going to think that the positive are going to think the positive. But I want people to understand, just because if you're in the neutral and you have a brain and you like to think for yourself, right? All I'm telling you is this. If you hear Powell State people saying it didn't happen or it's not true, let me give you an example.
Coach's responsibility to know everything that's going on in the program?
I think that question probably answers itself. I mean, I was forthright with the statement right away, but you're asking, yeah, I'll just leave it at that.
On the left, Aaron.
Jim, there was a report last week, there was an outside investigative firm that may have accessed some videos or files of you got your coaches. Do you know anything about that? And are you guys investigating how that came about?
Yeah, I'm not going to get it. I got a one-track mind. I'm not going to be speculating. Can let others speculate that on the various speculation that's out there. Would be unfair to the team to not just be coaching the team.
Do you believe anything was illegally obtained?
Just so you guys know, there's only certain things we can comment on, so we gotta move forward. This is not gonna be very long. Andrew?
You see how frustrated he is? Because he feels like he didn't do nothing wrong. My question is, do you think TC Taylor's going to get asked any of those questions? Do you think TC Taylor is going to get asked any of those questions? It's just a simple yes or no. It's just a simple yes or no. So, I just wanted to give some clarity on. So now, I'm going to go. Okay, let me help you guys out. What I want to talk about is the possible punishments, if true, right? If true. And what I want to give you is I want to give you examples of punishments that have happened in NCAA and football. And I'm going to correlate to why I'm giving the punishments to TC that I'm going to give him, if true, right? So let's go to the first one. Let's go to Dan Mullen. In his third year as the Florida head coach, Mullen received a one-year show cause in December of 2020 as part of a negotiated resolution to recruiting violation charges. The NCAA found that Mullen did not promote an atmosphere of compliance, having had planned off-campus contact with a recruit who was ineligible to be recruited at the time. In addition to Mullen's show cause, additional punishments were included in the settlement, including a fine, a staff-wide 7-day off-campus recruiting ban in spring 2021. All right? Now, you might know this guy. Johnny Cole. Johnny Cole, for his infraction, was upheld as a 3-year show cause order for former Texas Southern football coach. Cole was given the order for failing to promote an atmosphere of compliance. On the order prohibits him from on or off-campus recruiting activities until 2015. Now, mind you, this has nothing to do with cheating. These are recruiting violations. These, to me, there's no integrity of the game per se, but I think cheating at the level of what it is. So I'm going to go to Jim Harbaugh's. So this is what happens when you cheat. And this is stealing signs. This ain't watching somebody's playbook. This is stealing signs. So after leaving Michigan, their national championship, Harbaugh received a 4-year show cause for immiscible contact with recruits and players during a restricted access, blah, blah, blah. Michigan had previously reached an agreement to the probation. If Harbaugh returns to collegiate ranks before the order expires, he will be suspended for 1 season. After the initial season, Harbaugh will still be prohibited from practices, traveling with the team, video study, recruiting, team meetings, and until order. And that actually is I think they turned it into a 10-year show cause because of the sign stealing and things like that. Now, if I was giving TC Taylor punishment, this is what it would look like. Got to give him a 5-year show cause. Got to give him a 5-year show cause. If Coach Cole got a 3-year show cause, TC Taylor got to get a 5-year show cause. Got to fine JSU $50K. Got to fine TC Taylor $75K. You got to fire your defensive coordinator and give him a 5-year show cause. a 2025 postseason ban. That's not for this year, it's for next year. And the UAPB game should be vacated. If this is true, this is what his punishment should look like. Now, again, ain't nobody checking for TC Taylor. So what would happen is he'll probably get fired and then come back to be Jack State's head coach, because ain't nobody checking for TC. He might be an assistant coach somewhere or whatever, but ain't no PWI about to come down the pipeline and be like, oh, we want TC Taylor, right? You got to fire the defensive coordinator, because I'm going to tell you why. Now, let me give you the T. And then, Joe, if you want to call back in. So let me give you the T of what I've been told, right? What I've been told about the investigation. I was told a few days ago that the investigation was already concluded. It was over, right? So about 3 days ago, that the investigation was done, concluded. The details from the investigation were this, that they have reports that the whole defensive unit watched the film of UAPB's practice. That was through the report that I received from an anonymous source, right? That they have reasons to believe that the whole Tahoe State defensive unit had watched UAPB's practice throughout the week. That's why, if that is true, that is why you have to fire the defensive coordinator. That's why you have to fire TC. And that's why you have to give him a 5-year show cause. If that is true, again, this is only if it's true, right? That's why I feel as though the person in Clinton or whoever logged into it, I believe they recorded it, brought it to Jackson, if true. I'm just telling you, if true. They recorded it where they opened it at, brought it to Jackson, and watched it. That's what I have been told. Now, again, you have to think about how would UAPB have noticed it unless listen, man, I'm telling you, these young kids nowadays do not know how to get away with crimes, because I have talked to numerous UAPB players and they all came up to me and said, Scotty, after the game, they bragged about watching our practice. They told us in our face, yeah, we had watched your practice. We knew what you were going to do. So for me, and from my understanding, if you got players saying it from Tahoe State side, you have the login access from Clinton, Mississippi. Again, when there's smoke.
Well, I woke up to go get me a cold pop. Then I thought somebody was barbecuing. I said, oh, Lord Jesus, it's a fire.
Right? Now, I know a lot of you would say, Scotty, why would they have to do that against UAPB? Why would that make sense? They don't need that. They're better than UAPB. I can't answer that question. The only thing I can give you is the allegation, the word on the street, what the players have told me, and clearly there's an investigation being done by the SWAC. And people keep sending me news reports and outlets that keep picking up this story. I'm telling you right now, listen to what I'm saying to you. If Tahoe State did this, they need to fall on the sword now, because if you allow this to get traction and you allow this to pick up steam and it ends up being true, you're going to be at the mercy of the NCAA. And all the stuff that you thought the SWAC could have done for you, they're not going to be able to do for you, because the NCAA is going to step in and come down with a punishment. And I'm giving you examples of punishments that were of lesser crimes, recruiting violations, sign stealing. There is no greater crime, in my opinion, to the integrity of the game than your opponent being able to log into your access and watch your practice. If you do not understand how this stuff works, it is not that somebody gives you access to the playbook. When you exchange film, you upload your game and they're only able to pull down your game. When you're giving full access to a team and they're allowed to see your practices, that's another level of cheating. And again, if it is true If it is true, I'm telling you right now, you might as well go ahead and sanction yourself before the NCAA gets involved, because they're going to come down super hard on you because of the integrity of the game, and they cannot go any less than, it has to match Michigan. If they don't do nothing else, it at least has to match with Michigan, because Michigan was still in signs, which in the fairness of the game, the only reason that they got caught up is because the guy went to the actual game, was in the stands recording the footage, not using the game footage that they're allowed to get. That is where they crossed the line. So again, if we're matching things up, it has to go at least to where Michigan is. And to me, that's the floor. That's the floor. So again, if this is true, because before it was just speculation. Why didn't make no statement? Why didn't make no statement? Where there's a statement now. Because the white man put it out. Uh, 7848 coming to you. $78.48, you live. Last call for 78.48. All righty. Listen, let me see, because my phone is blowing up right now. This is my thing, right? At the end of the day, doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Does not matter. The level of cheating is way more extensive. Way more extensive. To be in some, to me, for me, I don't, listen, at the end of the day, for you to videotape somebody stealing signs for 11, 10 games, 20 games, or however many games, right? There still has to be a level of breakdown, understanding, gotta get like here, there. You got to put the pieces together. There are no pieces to put together when you're doing a Jackson State Spygate. When you're the Patriots and you're doing Spygate in the SWAC, that's really what this is. It's Spygate. Because instead of you going to UABB's practice at their stadium with a camcorder and recording, what you decided to do was you just jumped into their portal and watched them practice via over the portal. It's a Spygate. How is that not worse? How is that not worse? Joe, coming to you.
All right, Scott, I need you to end this show right now. I've been trying to figure out some kind of way how can I get up to Ohio and hit them lights and hit the breaker lights or something. But I think it's time to end this show. You don't say it enough, okay? I apologize. We, Jackson State, I on behalf of Jackson State fan base, we apologize. End the show. You made your point, okay? End the show, please. Thank you.
No problem. Appreciate the call, Joe. 7848 coming to you.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Hello.
You're live.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm doing fine, sir.
I'm doing good. I know you are gloating, and I know you're not a Jackson State fan, and you're a big hater. You have always been. If this is true, then we have to pay for what we did. But I'm just sad to hear this, and hopefully everything will work out where it's supposed to be. And I'm sure you're happy as a pig in slop.
I think I'm happier than a pig not being slaughtered. Like that. Listen. Why does my happiness have to be squandered by your inability because you're scared of what?
Sometimes you gotta pop out and show niggas. Certified boogeyman. I'm the.
Why can I be happy? Y'all was happy when y'all was saying, "Oh, which away?" and Scotty lying and he doing this and he ain't got no proof. Y'all was keying to the bank, keying to the bank. But then when that white man dropped that report on y'all. All right. Smoke coming to you.
Scotty.
What's up, Smoke?
Look, bro, listen, man. We bought the bottle of beer. at like 11:15. You feel me? Now it was still spilled. You know, we was coming in. There was other people coming in, but we bought the bottle of beer. I know for a fact, bro. At like 12:15, bro. It was like 12:15, if I'm not mistaken. Um, man, listen. Uh, I just want to finish the season, bro.
You're
I'm
going
sorry.
listen. Y'all are going to finish the season. Ain't nobody gonna get suspended for no game. Y'all gonna probably go to the Celebration Bowl. So listen, just enjoy it. Like enjoy the ride as long as it comes. Listen, again, this is an allegation. I don't have. If I had definitive proof, trust me, I would be dropping it right now. Like you, oh man, I would so be dropping it. I would have every type of screenshot. But there's no definitive proof. It's an allegation, like it's always been. All I'm saying, all I want to give is both perspectives of if it does happen, these are the punishments and the requirements, or I won't say requirements, but these are the bars that you got to meet or levels that you got to start at. And if it didn't happen, it didn't happen. You know what I'm saying? Like it just is what it is. But again,
okay,
go ahead.
Can you do me a favor? Because I've heard different definitions and things of the show cause. Can you explain to me exactly? Because I know you know.
Yeah.
Can you explain to me exactly what is the show? If one of them were to get a show cause, you know, the fire show cause, whatever.
Yeah.
What is that exactly?
So a show cause order is literally saying you have to, if you want to hire this coach, you have to go before the NCAA and tell them why you should hire this coach. And it just makes it more difficult. Like you got to prove to the NCAA of why you want this coach. And if you do bring that coach back during the show cause order, if anything else happens, the punishment gets exacerbated 10 times. Like they'll add more onto you or whatever because you knew this is who he was and you still brought him in, right? So a show cause, let me say this. A show cause order in the SWAC is a death penalty. And the reason because most HBCU coaches can't go outside of PWIs. That's why you haven't seen Johnny Cole get another opportunity to get coached. You've seen Dan Mullen. Dan Mullen's up for an OC job right now. Bruce Pearl got a job. Jim Harbaugh would get a job again because of just the level of what it is. But a show cause in the SWAC is a death penalty. The only team, I promise you, the only team that would hire TC is Jackson State again. That's it. That's it. And he would be okay with that. You know, you make your money, you'd be okay with that. But yeah, he wouldn't go nowhere else. That's it.
Right. Okay, so let me ask you this question. I'm gonna say if, and I'm gonna just say when we do, because I'm speaking from a fan point of view also. If and when we do, you know, clinch or win the celebration bowl, like championship, whatever. Do you go back and you like we win the celebration bowl? Do you overturn it? Do you give them the trophy? Like how
no? Because if Michigan cheated all season and they ain't got to give their national championship back, if y'all cheated one game, no, I would listen. I would protest if that, like, I'd be like, damn, I'll protest that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Now, would I laugh to the bank? Absolutely. I would laugh my ass to the bank if they took that drink from you. But I think they took Johnny Cole's. I think they vacated all Johnny Cole's because he had ineligible players. So that might be different. But no, I wouldn't. If I'm the NCAA, I wouldn't take the national championship away from you guys if you end up winning the Celebration Bowl, which I don't think you will. But if you do, I wouldn't take that away. Now, I would give you a year post. I'll probably give you a year or 2 year postseason ban. But other than that, y'all
somebody who was I think what school was it?
FAMU.
Was it South Carolina State?
FAMU.
Was it FAMU? Yeah.
FAMU got a postseason ban.
They had the post ban.
Yep. That was I think it was a year that Willie was there and they had won a lot of games and they had a postseason ban and they couldn't go to the Celebration Bowl when they was running the table. So yeah, they had a postseason ban.
All right. Okay. So let me ask you this question. Now this is an interesting question. This last question.
Okay.
If we do, well, no, that's postseason, but I'm still asking. If we were to get a postseason ban, because I know postseason for us, well, basically it's just what SWAC championship, Celebration Bowl.
Yep, can't go to either one.
Okay, but what about LCS playoffs?
Nope.
That counts also, right?
That's the postseason. Nope, can't go there either.
Okay. Yeah, I figured, but you know, you can never ask too many the wrong questions, you know, or just out of act. All right, bro, that's it, man.
No problem, Smoke. Appreciate the call, Brody. 7848, they're coming to you, Bridges. $78.48, you live. All righty. Bridges, coming to you.
Yo.
What's goody?
What's good? If this shit is right, Scotty. All that shit they've been talking all year about to go down the drain. But my thing is this, Scotty. It's like when Tom Brady and Bill Belichick was doing all their stuff and all this cheating or whatever. The head always take responsibility of it.
Got to.
Yeah, like Tom Brady, when they investigated him and did it, he flat out said, yes, I did it. Got suspended, did whatever he did. But like, my thing is, if you did it once, you may do it again. So it's best for you to get what you get now instead of getting it later. Because if you do it once, 9 times out of 10, Scotty, they're gonna do it again. That's just real, because you got away with it. You think you all big and bad. Then when you try to run back and do it again because I didn't get caught this time. That's why people be stealing, because people don't get caught the first time. They don't get caught the first time. Don't get caught the second time.
And then
the third time
you got caught. You get caught.
Yeah, get caught. All the fans got caught with your hand in the cookie jar. Got caught with your pants down. Yeah, you got caught red-handed. Everything. So like my thing is this, like, then another thing, Scotty, that I really thought about this too. Yeah, they did it against UAPB, but like, what if they would have did it to another school like Alabama State? I know I'm just naming hypothetical.
Hey, listen, cheaters go cheat. So why would I limit that? Why would I limit the possibility of Powell State cheating on other schools? I don't limit it to that. This is the only one we have proof of, or some type of. This, I can't say proof. It's the only one we have allegations of. You know what I'm saying? But hey, listen, Powell State could be just straight cheaters. Cheaters gonna cheat.
Yeah. What?
And like my mama said, if you a lie, you will steal. And if you steal, you'll cheat. Listen.
If this, we just know this is the first time for us.
Yeah. Could have happened. Could have happened last year. You know what I'm saying? Let's be real.
Yeah. So, hey, y'all better be wrapping y'all stuff up. And the thing about it is, Scotty, too. Oh, I was thinking of this earlier when we was talking about when you do certain things off your phone or off a computer or off of something, it pings to like a tower or it pings to like a satellite.
Yep.
So they can pick that up like anytime, anywhere. Like, that's what these kids really don't know. Or these people be trying to commit these crimes. They don't really be thinking about what they doing in the aspect of these times. Like, they can subpoena all y'all phones. They can do all that because it's easy to get that information back if they really want to go that route.
If they really want it, to me, that's why I want the NCAA to do it, because they'll have all the resources to make sure there's a legit investigation. SWAC might hire, 2 interns and be like, hey, you think you can check this? Nah. I need the real deal, Holyfield. I need the Indian Bammers with the glasses to show up at Powell State with the thank you, come on, get an accent and tear they stuff up, all up in their servers, all up in they tear it up.
Yeah, I'm about to say, if SWAC gonna hire 2 interns tomorrow, so I hire my ass. Shit. I want some extra money.
Facts. Easy money.
Yeah, but be good, Scotty.
Hey, appreciate it, B. Let me tell you this. If they hire me, guilty. I ain't even got guilty as charged. I ain't got to log into nothing. Guilty. KP, coming to you.
Wow. What's up, baby?
What's good, KP? Talk to me.
Can't call it, man. I got a few questions that I want to ask you, my guy. I need you to use your left side of the brain on this one.
Talk to me.
Do you think TC
had a team meeting when this got out? That's my first question. Greatest player.
I think he probably had some group text messages, but I don't think they had a team meeting about it. Or they probably will have one later today and just say, hey, listen, don't address it. You know what I'm saying? Leave it to school officials to make all, you know, if anybody asks you, you know how they do. If anybody asks you any questions or if anybody DM you, you know what I'm saying, you don't know, send them to, you know, Paho State officials.
The reason why I asked, I'm thinking about old school parenting. Stuff get let out in the family. Your mama go sit everybody down in the living room. Okay, who did what? Did you look at that tape? Okay, if you looked at that tape, all y'all getting ass whoopings. I think TC should have sat down with the defensive unit or whoever, or his whole team. Hey, we got allegations. We got some smoke out here in this media. Tell me the story before we get out. I think they should have done that. He should have done that. That's why I'm putting blame on him instead of just kind of like letting it go under the rug, not really addressing it with his player. I don't know if he did it or not. Also, I think the J-State administration should have sat down with TC. Hey, man, we got some stuff floating around in the media. What could you tell us? Give us the honest truth. And just clean house, clean around your doorstep before it get nasty out in the public.
Mm-hmm.
That's my opinion. You know, if I'm Southern, if I'm at the, hey, Graves, what we got? I got something that's out here in this public saying that y'all did this and did that. Tell me the truth. Because if I find out, I'm firing your ass, I'm firing everybody in there on that staff.
Yeah.
You know, because I'm not putting a black eye on the university. Because it's getting sloppy. Because to me, it feels like they're not doing no home checking. They're not doing their own checks and balance in their own home.
KP, let me say
and
this.
My second question.
Let me say this before you. I'm glad you brought that up because I wanted to bring this up on the show. If I'm Southern, if I'm FAM, if I'm Grambling, if I'm Alcorn, I am pressing the commissioner because that you are not about to sweep this under the rug. If I'm the AD at Grambling, if I'm the AD at Southern, if I'm the AD at FAM, if I'm the AD at Alcorn, I want this to be transparent because what you're not about to do is you're not about to act like the whole league the whole conference don't need to know, especially if I'm Southern. Oh, I need updates every day. I need updates every day. So I think the big brands of the SWAC should start pushing and leaning on the SWAC office to say, hey, listen, this needs to be open, honest, and transparent as much as possible. Because what we're not about to do is we're not about to let you slide this under a rug or, you know, act like nothing happened. So, but go ahead, KP.
Absolutely, I 100% agree with you, man. Because it's cheating, man. This is integrity online. This is. I don't care if it was us. If it was Southern, I'd be on the same stand saying, "Hey, man, that ain't right. That's dirty. We playing dirty, you know." And like you said, they just got caught in this situation. It could have been they could have did it in the other situations, in the other games, just anything, signals, footage, play calling. You know, somebody talking to the old lady, the cheerleader, she giving out signals, anything, bro. I'm just throwing shit at the wall. I'm just saying anything.
Yeah.
But again, my last question would be self-imposed. If I'm Jackson, if I'm Southern, hey man, I'm firing Graves. If this to be true, you gone. Ain't no coming back. Ain't all that extension. You gone because I'm setting an example that I'm not allowing a cheater in my institution.
Facts.
Because if I allow you to stay on my staff, I got faculty, I got the directors of other sectors of the universities, band, trainers, faculty members, and all that stuff. And I'm allowing this guy to be a get away with a get out of jail free card, and he done did something to put punishment on the university. Hey man, you gotta go. You and your kilt. All y'all gotta go. You know, because we don't allow cheating in my institution. It's beyond, you know, I troll in the chat, but I'm just looking at it as an integrity and as a standard for the university, Jackson, Southern, Grambling, FAMU. Like, if I'm the president, hey, man, I'm not allowing it on my campus. You are in charge of this team. Everything go under your watch. So if you allowing this to happen under your watch, hey, you got to take the fall for it. Just like you take the fall for the good that happened, you're going to take the fall for the bad that's going to happen. Absolutely. And you got to go. You're making my school look bad out here. So that's my take on it, bro. You know.
Rocky
that's
said
all I
something.
got,
KP, stay with me real quick. Rocky said something very,
go ahead.
when I told him what was going down, Rocky said something that was very profound to me. He said, if it was true, if this all occurred and they got the access, he said the integral thing to do by TC or the defensive coordinator was to call up UAPB and say, hey, listen, man, one of my kids got access to your stuff. You might want to go shut that down. He said, very simple.
Absolutely.
Very simple. You know what I'm saying? UAPB wouldn't have stressed about it. They would have been like, oh, man, that's solid. You know what I'm saying? Like, even though one of your players logged into it and it came back to you, he was like, hey, hey, the player's been punished. Go ahead and shut that down. Nobody would care. It would have been I don't even think UAPB makes a fuss about it. You get what I'm saying? Like, if Tahoe State had the integrity to do that, which again, if it is true, that means they did not have the integrity to do that, and you gotta deal with the punishment accordingly.
And that's why I'm holding TC accountable for this. Like, you made a statement that your players, they was taunting them kids at the end of the game. Oh, we saw your playbook. So that lets me know you didn't address this with your team or your players. You didn't sit down with them and say, hey, I heard that's, through the grapevine, some of our players are watching game film of PB. Which one of y'all doing this? Is this true? 35, 33, player 4, player 5. This true? Okay, you saying it's not true. Now, if it turns out to be true, I'm taking all your scholarships.
Facts.
And I'm pressing for you to be suspended out of the university because I asked you and I gave you a chance to come out and come clean with it. Could have got a 2-game suspension. You could have got a 1-game suspension, but now you're going to get your whole scholarship removed and you got to go to another institution. And I'm going to make that paper trail and let the other institution you apply to let them know you was involved with this scandal.
And I think
that's how I'm coming with it.
And I think you got to do the same thing with the coaches. If it hits the fan that all this is true, and this is, I told a UAPB alum, they was like, Scotty, what do you think? Like, should UAPB have said something? And I said, this is how I feel about it. That is on those coaches' resumes that they got beat 41-3 or 41 to whatever. I was like, if I'm any of those coaches, and I have proof, I'm putting on your resume that you was a cheater, no matter the result of the game. Because then I asked the alum, I said, okay, what if UAPB would have won the game? Then what? Do you not report it? Because Tahoe State fans would have said, what, KP? It didn't matter. We didn't win. You see what I'm saying?
Yep.
There's no win-win in the situation. They're either, oh, we were going to beat them anyway, and if UAPB beat you, then and the news comes out, it would have been like, well, clearly it didn't work, so why would we have? You get what I'm saying? Like, so to me, you got to stamp, if it's true, you got to stamp on TC and Torenzo Quinn that they're cheaters. If it's true, you got to label them as that. If it's not true, then they walk about. If it's not true, then they walk around like scot-free. That's what happens when you get cleared of charges. You walk around scot-free. But if it's true, yeah, you got to hold that. Got to hold it.
You got to hold that. And he alluded to that situation in this press conference. The PB coach, he was saying that they knew they played. So he putting it out there in so many words, but you're not really saying it. Like, why would you do that subliminal stuff and not be a man and stand on what you think would happen? And if it came back and not be true, oh, I apologize. I did such and such. That was. Don't give no sprinkle, man. Say it with your chest. If you thought the people cheated, say what you thinking. You a grown ass man. You got the lives of these kids, and you want to win. You want to set an example, and you build your program on integrity. Hey man, Jackson State got our playbook and they cheating, bro. We got it from a player. This is the evidence. Okay, SWAC, do your job and investigate. Oh, I'm taking it to the higher. If y'all don't want to do it, I'm going to the higher ranks in the NCAA.
Yeah.
And I think everything seemed like a cover up.
And I agree with you, KP. I think I'm so, like, if Alonzo Hampton was my coach, I would be so disappointed in him.
Yes,
absolutely. I would be so disappointed if Alonzo Hampton was my coach, because I'm like, coach, like, you raw about getting up and going to work and doing this and doing that, and you couldn't even stand up for us. Like, you couldn't even stand on the mat for us and take the bullet. Knowing if they suspectedly cheated against us, you didn't take that bullet. You want to sit back and, sit back in the wings and don't say nothing, sit in the shadows. I'm sorry. That's weak.
Man, you ain't my leader.
That's weak. I'm sorry. It's just weak. It's weak. Now, again, you got a boss and the boss got a boss and the boss got a boss, right? So it's always somebody over top. But at some point in time, you gotta have respect for the integrity of the game and for those kids that you gotta stand on. You gotta stand on business. And I'll say this, and y'all might say, Scotty, you're taking this way too far, but I look like, how are you going to teach black men about having a voice in this world, and you can't even come out against the administration and say, hey, they did this to me?
I'm gonna take it another further and add on to what you said. It's like your daughter saying, man, you know, the boy I went out with, he did some strange things to me, and I'm telling the coach, and he like, nah, I ain't gonna say nothing about it. I'm gonna just let it sweep under the rug. You know, I ain't gonna come out with it with my chest and speak on it so someone can actually investigate it, what's going on. You ain't, what your daughter gonna look at you, man, you ain't my daddy, you supposed to be protecting me. You the only man I know that gonna actually protect me, and you out here hiding behind your hands. Man, get out my face. You ain't the leader, man. Go sit down over there, bro.
That's fair.
That's how I look at it, this whole situation, man. You and the office, the commissioner, he already ain't got no spine. He covering up, saying one thing Monday, then saying another thing Wednesday, then coming trying to cover his tracks. Like, all this just a circus, man. Like I said, I blame TC. All this could have been done. Hey, man, which one of y'all looked at that tape? Okay, you ain't look at it? I bet. Stuff come out, y'all looked at it, and I found out it came out to be true. Hey, all y'all gone. Everybody, get your stuff, because you ain't about to put my job on the line. Not TC job on the line, because he ain't do what he needed to do, in my opinion. It's my opinion. Ain't true, ain't false. I'm just saying how I look on the outside from my eyes, you know?
Yep.
I'm coming from the old school, bro. You go stand on, if you find stuff that's a rumor about your name, hey, I'm coming to your face. Hey, man, I heard, let me address this. What you say about me? All right, bet. We're gonna handle that. So that's how I look at it, man, because it could get messy, and it shouldn't have gotten messy, even if it's Southern. Hey, man, nip that in the bud right quick, because we don't need no distractions going into this game. They got a big game against Southern, and it's going to be swirling around. Now, everybody like, oh, y'all won. Hey, shit, that shit might get stripped next year. You know, they ain't going to hold if the NCAA come down. So now you're playing for pride, in a sense, if it don't get true, if it's not true or not.
Facts.
You know, that's my take, man. But good show, bro. Good show, man. Keep going. I'm rocking with you, bro. Thank you for the call, man.
Hey, appreciate it, KB. Listen, again, it's nothing. Listen, I love this stuff. I love it. Again, before I get up out of here, let's read it together, shall we?
Oh, goddamn.
The Southwestern Athletic Conference has opened an investigation into the allegation that Jackson State players and coaches had access to game week practice film of Arkansas Pine Bluff prior to the team's game on November 2nd. According to the SWAC spokesperson, Andrew, that don't say Scotty, that don't say off script, says Andrew Roberts. The allegations came to light October 31st, 2 days before Jackson State's 41-3 win. A UAPB player informed the coaching staff he was told by a Jackson State player that Tiger defensive players were in Jackson State's team facility watching practice film of UAPB from the week. Again, that don't say Scotty, that don't say off script. His sources. But again, the app, when I say it, I'm lying. I'm just making stuff up out of thin air. Man, I pity the fool. I pity the fool. Again. Now, let me say this before I get up out of here. All the podcasters who are about to dick ride on the story that I broke, congratulations. I'm happy for you. I'm happy for you. Just make sure you say my name when you're doing the story, because none of y'all were talking about it until I talked about it, until the story broke. Now it's, And again, I've seen your videos. I know which one I'm talking about. Because remember, it was foolish for this to be addressed. No HBCU person should be conspiring to talk bad about. I heard that dumb shit you said. you go and do another show. You go and record it. Now it's going to be, it's not true. It's funny how the narrative changes. First, I was spreading lies. Now that the white man's going to confirm what I said, now it's not true. It's funny to me. Joe, coming to you.
Scotty.
What's up?
Your mom ain't never told you to keep the white folks out of my business, boy.
I tried to tell him when I was talking when it was just a little old me, little black boy. But then when the white people get involved, it's different. Because Joe, see, this is what they got to worry about. This is what they got to worry about. This is what happens, right? When the black boy talks about it, and somebody like me, I don't have the pool to get certain access, but when you got national reporters calling the SWAC office, calling Jackson, calling Arkansas, asking for FOIA requests. If you don't know what that is Freedom of Information Act, to get emails, to get all that information on the investigation, which they are allowed to do because it's a public institution, and they start getting documents behind it, it looks a lot different. I'm just going to tell you right now, it looks a lot different. But go ahead, Ojo.
Yeah, that's true. You're not my friend today. 12 o'clock tomorrow, 12 o'clock midnight, we'll be friends again.
Listen.
That's why we need you in the SWAC, because you're the only person that makes them stand on business. Keep them in line. So just imagine how long this type of stuff been going on for years, and that's why the SWAC hasn't moved up like it's supposed to. They need people like you who gonna hold their foot to the fire. Since you've been to the SWAC, people don't learn so much about the SWAC business that's been going on, that's been wrong for so long, and they just found out about it since you've been in this space. A lot of people might not like it, but they need you in this space because you're the only person gonna hold their foot to the fire. I'm gone, boy, man.
Appreciate it.
Have fun in the white folk. Have fun in the white folk pool.
I surely will. 7848. Mike, weren't you supposed to log off? You said 5 minutes ago, Mike, that you was logging off. And every time I look at the comments, here you go. How you gonna log off and still comment? 7848 coming to you. Hello. You're live.
Hey, I got a question for you, Scotty. How are you?
I'm doing fine, sir. How about yourself?
Okay, listen, TC been doing good this year. Took over after Deion Sanders, allowed a good season. Do you think that he had no control over this? I know he's the head coach, but would he be crazy enough to put himself in a predicament like this to mess up everything, to lose his job? Or he doesn't have no control over his players, what they do when he's not around them 24/7. But I know it all falls back on him, or do this falls back on his defensive coordinator, or what happened to his kids and his players comes back to bite him.
I think you got to look at it like this. You cannot, even if TC didn't actually view the footage, you can't tell me that he didn't hear rumblings of it. That's my only issue, right? Like, you probably heard some kid talking about it, or some rumblings got back to it. Now the issue is, but at the end of the day, you're still the head of the program. So don't coaches get caught up when their assistants go do some recruiting violations, or, they might bring a stripper or take them to a club or whatever. It wasn't the head coach at the club, but it was someone from the staff, and they still get hindered by that. So TC has to take the hit for it because it's his program. He just has to. Now you can hit the assistant even harder, right? Like let's say if you want to give the defensive coordinator an 8-year show cause because he's the one that was showing the film, but you got to hit TC Taylor. You just got to, because it's his program.
How do you think the athletic director is taking all this, and how is he going to navigate this if all this is true? Ashley, I have it on a good authority that he said there's nothing, that they said there's nothing wrong. That, from somebody close to Ashley, they told me that he said they didn't do nothing. So, I mean, that's because my thing is this: out of all the people they could cheat and spy on, I mean, I don't think that anything can happen any given Saturday. But I don't think that they probably was going to beat UAPB anyway. But this was something crazy and minute. This doesn't add up, doesn't make sense. So it just put a damper on everything going forward, because there's going to be some repercussions down the line. And I just can't see TC Taylor with. I think he's just a victim of what young people do or social media these days, and it's pretty sad.
I think. Listen, the logic that you have behind it is absolutely positively correct, right? Like, why would you do this to UAPB? But I go back to what my wife said, and she just said, if you had the opportunity, it's enticing. I can't, if I knew I could log into another YouTuber's account, even though it's not right, you still would be like, let me just see, like, it's the enticingness of it, right? Like, it's the I think I can get away with the type of feel. So I'm not saying that just because of the caliber of opponent. I don't even think it's because of that. I think it's the enticingness of being able to look into it and not really feel like, and try to get away with it. I think that's the core of it.
But in TC, all fairness, he's the head coach. And it's all going to fall on him. It's just like the president. The economy is bad. It starts at the top.
Facts.
But TC doesn't watch those guys 24/7. Do you think that that's something he should have had a meeting like before and say, hey, look, like Dion used to do with his homecoming, don't get out and get stupid, don't do that. You think that's some of the things that should have been talked about beginning of the season, or you can't watch guys what they're going to do when they're doing what they're doing, but it falls back on him. But is that something he should have thought that could have happened, or you just don't know? It just something happened.
Mr. Willie, are you a former military guy?
Yes, I am.
Oh, listen, Marines, Army, Navy, what's up?
I'm Army.
Okay. Oh, even better. Before every 4-day weekend, what do they give you? A safety briefing.
They give you
a safety briefing. And it does not matter, even if your soldiers get in trouble, who ends up on the commander's office too?
Yeah.
The first sergeant. That's just how it works. Even if the soldier gets it, you had nothing to do. It's either your direct supervisor, your staff sergeant, or the E7, or if it's really, really bad, your first sergeant ends up on that commander's carpet. It does not matter, because why? He is responsible for the people below him, and his job is also the responsibility of those soldiers. It's the same thing with TC Taylor. I don't want anybody to think that I'm bullish on TC Taylor getting responsible or whatever. No. That's just that's the part of the job. And I've seen it in other aspects to where, and you understand, Mr. Willie, that when you're the top guy or you're the supervisor and things come about, you have to take the bullet for that. So it's the same thing with TC. He's got to take the bullet for it.
That's too bad, because I like TC. I was happy for him to take over the job after Dion left. They was having a good season, still could go on to have a good season, but it's just one of those things, and shit happens.
But again, it's an allegation. So if I was a Ohio State fan, which I am not, I wouldn't be so sad, because it's an allegation. I don't know if it's true or not, and you have to prove that that something had the burden of proof is on UAPB and the SWAC office to prove that Jackson did.
Let me ask you something. Do you feel like, you've been covering HBCUs for a minute, do you feel like it seems like we at HBCU schools, we always getting our shit into some kind of trouble? Like something going on at FAMU, something at Valley. It's always something. We just can't get out of our way. It's always something. It's like one time something happens in one school, then here's something else with another school. It's always something. What is that about?
I think first of all, I think it's life. Okay, because it's so many white schools that there's something happening at PWIs all the time, I bet. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just think that when you're in a bubble, it kind of feels as though it's always you. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you're consumed, like, let's say you were consumed with Michigan, right? You would always feel like, damn, it's always something with Michigan. We cheating. We about to lose a commit. We about to lose this. Our coach is getting our coach is suspended. Our offense is trash because we lost Jim Harbaugh. It would feel like it's always something, because that's your bubble, right? So when you're in a certain bubble, you're just hypersensitive of what is going on in that bubble. Now, is there something always going on at HBCU? Absolutely. But I think a lot of stuff that does not come out, would just make it even more like, goddamn, like it's always something, right? So, but I just think that's just life, man. It's stuff at PWIs that go on all the time. It's stuff at HBCUs. It's stuff at NAIA, D2, D3. I think at every institution, it's always something going on. You just got to be in that bubble to get it.
Okay, well, I appreciate it. Keep up the good work.
No problem. Thank you, sir. Thank you for the call. Mr. Bugs, coming to you. I see you, Wake, and Mr. Willie, you next. Mr. Bugs, you live.
Scotty, what's going on? Big time. You doing all right, brother?
I'm doing good. How about yourself?
Man, doing this out over here working a little bit, man. I just want to come on real quickly, brother, and say, hey, man, great work on what you're doing, man, and you stood on business. No matter how much ire was coming your way, you stood there. I like how you're saying these are allegations. You're being fair when it comes to this, and I like the presentation of you saying when it comes to reporting, a good journalist does report accusations, but they state that there are accusations. And so anybody trying to go for Scotty, man, check your integrity, because Fox News does it, CNN does it, MSNBC does it. And if you accept that premise when it comes to anybody else, when it comes to accusations, you got to accept this when it comes to HBCU specifically. Jackson State. I understand that people love Jackson State. My aunt graduated from Jackson State. I understand, and this may be potentially some bad news. Potentially, it's the key. But still, like you said, UAPB has to prove this as well. And so, man, great work, man. I just want to come on, man, and say, keep doing what you're doing, man. HBCU guys, you're going to miss this man. The transparency, the accuracy, and the entertainment, and also the education, man. So salute to you, baby. Keep doing what you do, all right, brother?
Hey, appreciate it, Mr. B. Thank you so much.
Yes, sir.
I'm telling you, you're going to miss me when I'm gone. You're going to miss me when I'm gone. Wait, coming to you. So, wait.
Well, Scotty.
What's goody?
So I've been listening to a lot of scenarios and this and that, what should happen, this, that, and whatever. Let's say you are the commissioner of the SWAC. What punishment are you bringing down? And what kind of therapist are you going to give Mike Reed? Because I see him in the chat. That's all I
got. I would give a list of black women therapists. You know what I'm saying? Women have a good way of calming. So I'll give him a list of black women therapists. If I was the commissioner, this is the issue, right? He has an allegiance to Jackson, Mississippi, because he's from Jackson, Mississippi. So he would, to me, you would actually have to go a little bit harder, because anything light will make people feel like you didn't go hard because you're from Jackson, Mississippi. You see what I'm saying? So to me, he would have to go a little bit tougher just to prove that, hey, I'm fair. Doesn't matter what happens, I'm fair. So to me, you gotta find TC Taylor between 50K and 100K. Got to. You got to find the school of Jackson State as well, because I look at it like this: if you're finding Jackson State for $25,000 for fighting, this is a high level cheating. So it gotta be at least double. You know what I'm saying? Of what you did for fighting. This is cheating. This has an outcome to the game. You know what I'm saying? So to me, gotta double it, at least double it. I don't know if the conference can give you a show cause, but I would suspend, if I was a conference, I would suspend TC for the year. I would put a postseason ban for 2 years, and I'll probably leave it at that. And I'll probably take scholarships away. If the conference is able to do that, I would take scholarships away. Because you got to make it, because one, there is no policy. And I was told by a UAPB administrator that what's difficult for the SWAC is that it is no policy on this. So it's a lot of gray area in it. But if that's what I would do. Now, if I was a SWAC commissioner and I didn't feel like I could do that, I would pass it over to the NCAA and just let them handle it, if possible.
Wow. Okay. Yes, I just wanted to hear that. Thanks a lot.
No problem. Wait, appreciate the call. Mr. Willie, coming to you. 7652. I see you, Diallo. I see you, Dion. I see you. What's up, Mr. Willie?
Hey, Scotty. Like you said, now it's no policy. You read that before. It's no policy, and I don't consider this cheating. You can say it. You can put it. You can say it however you want to say it. It's not cheating. And y'all haters, let me tell you something. Y'all MEAC haters. Willie Simmons don't own no real estate in the SWAC no more. They got their ass whooped, and they're gonna continue to get their ass whooped. You can hate Jackson State all you want to. We're gonna be national championships we're gonna be national champions this year. You can hate all you want to. You just ain't gonna have no platform to hate on when Scotty leaves. I don't want him to leave because I enjoy it. I enjoy it. I love being the underdog. I'm a Scorpio. I hate bullies, but I love being the underdog. You just remember, Will Simmons don't own no real estate up in the swag. I'm Tango the Tiger, and I say he own 20%. He gonna get his ass whooped by a Mississippi team every time they come to brag. Put that in your pipe and smoke.
7652 coming to you. I call you live.
What's going on, Scotty?
What's going on? What's your name? Where you calling from?
Big Mike calling from Louisiana, man.
What's up, Big Mike?
I'm gonna put it to you like this, man. If it walk like a duck and it quack like a duck, some people still gonna say maybe it's a chicken. It happened. Probably wasn't the first time it happened. They just got caught. You can look at a lot of different scenarios. It went down to the hole in grammar. What happened happened. They probably panicked. I'm not saying the coaching staff had anything to do with it because we'll never know.
Yeah.
They did it. They got caught. I don't expect the swag to do anything about it. But let us not try to downplay it like, oh, he hating on Jackson. If it was any other HBCU, them Lit Street boys would be all over this.
Boy, they would be salivating if it was any other program.
Now, Scotty, I will say this before I go.
What's up?
If they are giving you the credit and saying that you started this, well, man, maybe you're more special than you even think yourself. Hey, man, I see nothing but big things in your future if you could start a rumor like this, man. That's all to you, bro. Thank you. Keep doing what you're doing.
Appreciate it, Big Mike, man. Thank you so much. I didn't even look at it like that. I didn't even know I could look at it like that. Think about that. I'm so powerful that just the mere rumor. Oh, I like that. What Deion say? I don't know pressure. I apply pressure. We ain't worried about pressure. I apply pressure.
Sometimes you gotta pop out and show niggas. Certified boogeyman, I'm the one that up the score.
That's powerful. That's something. That my voice is so powerful in this space that just the mere rumor. Oh!
Sometimes you gotta pop out and show niggas. Certified boogeyman, I'm the one that up the score.
Shout out to Big Mike for that one. Shout out to Big Mike for that one. Dion from Ohio, Dion from the SIP. You next. D, what's good?
Scotty, what's popping with you, man?
Man, yeah. You sound real sober minded today. What's going on, D?
No. This is funny to me because these people are becoming unraveled, man. It's been a crazy day. Kendrick dropped a great album today. Word on the street is Puff might be getting out, and Jackson State fans are losing their shit. Like, I said it in the comments, I said it on Twitter, man. Nothing has been solidified yet. So why are y'all acting guilty? You know what I'm saying? Like,
good, yeah.
Wait until
yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Just wait until the investigation is complete. Like and that's why I told you they're the Ohio State of the HBCU space. Their fan base is such a rabid fan base, and they always want to be out making a statement and saying something. Just sit down and chill and wait and see what happens. Y'all bring more attention to it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was in a meeting this morning and my phone just started going crazy. It wasn't because of you. It wasn't because of the white boy that wrote the article. It was because a bunch of them had started talking about how false the article was. So again, I say to the JSU family, my family included, y'all just got to chill out, man. If it's true, you know what I'm saying, then y'all got to hold that L. But if it's not, then you'll be vindicated in the end. But complaining and just crying all day, every day about something, and we don't know the outcome, you make yourself look crazy in the end. You know what I'm saying? And let's be clear, this very much well can be true. You know what I'm saying? And I hear a lot of people keep saying, well, we didn't need to do it against UAPB, and you didn't need to do it against UAPB, but that doesn't mean that you didn't. You see what I'm saying?
That's
like
fair.
You know, like you use the analogy, if you're playing cards with somebody that just started playing, if they show me their hand, I'm not going, you know what I'm saying, not look, you know what I mean? So if And again, you knew you had two people that could hurt you in that game: the quarterback and the receiver. If I'm knowing what those two are trying to work on specifically this week that they maybe haven't done in the previous games, yes, I'm gonna look at it. But again, they make matters worse, man. And my question is, what is, man? Y'all go check on my boy Mike Reed down there in Texas, man. I'm just saying, Mike in the comments, man. Mike is just bad, man. Like I wanna give my brother a cyber hug, like Martin and Tommy used to do on the Martin Show. Like y'all lift Mike up, man. He's just distraught, man. What happened to the breakdown? Is it canceled, man? It's not going forward. What's going on, Scotty?
Yeah,
man?
I told. Listen, man. I said I was done with the Jack. Now I'm gonna do it for the Southern and the SWAC championship because Mike and Perry. I'm gonna bring it back for that. But after that, it's a done deal.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna bring it back for that. But after
Okay.
that's a done deal. My thing is, but D,
I was expecting one this week to talk about that Alabama State game, so that's why I was surprised y'all to do one this week. But that's cool. Getting ready for the SWAC championship.
hey D, let me. This is. Listen, at the end of the day, if you've ever been in a situation and you had to get a lawyer, what does the lawyer tell you?
Shut the fuck up.
Don't say nothing.
Stop talking.
Say
Stop talking.
nothing.
You
Stop.
making matters worse.
Stop.
You making
talking.
matters worse. And Scotty, I'm glad you just said that because you just jogged my memory about something that's going on in pop culture right now. And this brother has been vindicated. We all know Jonathan Majors. Was a rising star, was about to do a Marvel movie, and then a white girl said that he beat her. We saw the tape. We saw he was running away from her. But guess what? Throughout this whole time, Jonathan Majors didn't say nothing. He stayed quiet the whole time. His reps would make statements. His lawyers would make statements, but he stayed quiet the whole freaking time. And Scotty, what happened yesterday? The ex-white girlfriend said that none of this stuff was true, and she was dropping all the charges against him. So sometimes your best defense is just being quiet. You know what I'm saying? Let other people speak for you. You don't have to speak for yourself sometimes, because a lot of times, even though your heart might be pure, you might want to say the right thing. A lot of times you might say the wrong thing that'll make your case that much more harder to be validated and to win. So yes, I'm glad you brought up the attorney thing. Shut the F up, y'all. Like, y'all making it worse, man. Just chill out. Just chill out. Let's wait and see what happened, and let's chill out, because Jonathan Majors, and I hate that brother lost a lot, and hopefully he gets some of his things back.
Yeah.
But you know what I'm saying? He stayed quiet, and now he's been vindicated in the end. You know what I'm saying? I'm glad you brought that up. Good point, brother.
And the crazy thing is this, though, D. Like, every retweet. See, you got to understand how the algorithm works, right? Every retweet, every share, all you're doing is putting in front of somebody else that might not have seen it,
that has not seen or never even heard of it,
and never would have never even heard of it. So now you're pushing it. So what do you think news reporters are going to do in the SWAC region? They go, come on, man.
Not to cut you off, but let's take it a step further. Let's take it a step further and show you how this stuff works. You just interviewed your cousin yesterday. Who's where? At the University of Oregon. In that interview, you talked about, what did he say? The first D1 offer he got was from where? UAPB. You have people out there in Oregon probably never heard of UAPB. People in Texas, where he's from, probably never heard of UAPB. And now with you interviewing him, you now have new eyes on your show and your programming. And if they come back, oh, let's see who this guy's interviewing after he just interviewed our player Kobe. And now they get invited to this mess, and y'all hyping it up even more. So it's like y'all putting y'all own information out there for the masses that may not even have any information about none of this or don't know nobody involved. But now you guys are making it worse because you're exacerbating and making the issue even bigger than what it is right now. Because right now, at the end of the day, it is truly just allegations. Nothing has been proven. And that's one thing I give you credit for. You have stood by that from the very beginning. This is just an allegation. We have no proof yet. You know what I mean? So they got to just chill out, man, and go sit down somewhere, fam, for real.
Hey, appreciate the call, D.
You already know.
All right, man. Dion from the SIP coming to you. What's up, D?
Scotty?
What's going on?
Man, this shit on Twitter got Mississippi acting like we finna get ready to bury some damn body. Do we not forget who we got to play tomorrow? Man, until they say you guilty, you are innocent. So I'm gonna lighten the mood up. Alcorn State Braves, this ain't gonna save your ass. JSU tomorrow by 40. Have a good day, Scotty.
Appreciate it, D.
All right.
All right, man. Listen, guys. at the end of the day, right? At the end of the day, all I'm gonna say is this. I told you the allegations were true, not the incident. The allegations were true. The rumblings, the rumors were true. And I'm going to keep saying this. If I tell you a mouse can pull a carton or a wagon, hook it up. Hook it up. If I tell you the mouse can pull a wagon, hook it up. I'm like that. I'm like that. Right? So it is what it is, man. It is what it is. But guys, that's been my time. Listen, until next time, you know what I'm going to do. I'ma holla. God bless.
Sometimes you gotta pop out and show niggas. Certified boogeyman, I'm the one that up to score with them. Walking